Welcome back to the Three Pillar Podcast. Enjoying the potty? Leave us a rating and a review over on Spotify.
All right, welcome back to the Three Pillar Podcast, episode 15, take 2.
I'm on the hunt for a
few
new
issues there with producer Toby. But welcome back again, boys.
We're back.
And technically, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Seeing as this episode is dropping after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Merry Christmas. Happy birthday to Josh as well.
Thank you.
It's his birthday today, so he thought nothing better to do today than start the day with a
some
podcast.
potties, yeah. So we're recording a couple of episodes today. We're going to record the post-Christmas episode, and we're going to record the first episode of January, heading into the New Year's, because Christmas falls on a Monday this year. New Year's Day falls on a Monday, so we're not going to be here. Will's going to be away, so we have to catch up on a couple of episodes. So yesterday we recorded with Seb, so that was last week's ep for people that have listened to that already. Good episode.
Yeah.
And then post-Christmas ep today. So heading into New Year's Eve this weekend as well, I thought we could maybe chat a little bit about what we're doing this New Year's. Yeah. You were saying as well before, Tobes, that it falls on a weekend this year, which is kind of good.
Yeah, so both
Christmas
holidays on a Monday.
Yep. But then next year it's a leap year.
It's a leap year next year. And you'll never guess. But my coach, when I played volleyball, was born on a 29th of Feb. So he was saying, I asked him when he has his birthday or celebrates it, because he's technically 4 years old.
Yeah.
And he's saying he just kind of picks and chooses the date, which is closer to the weekend or on the weekend.
Wait, 4
That's
years old.
fair.
Would that mean he's 16?
No, he's
Like it's every 4 years.
It's every 4 years.
Yeah, so
and he was 20. He was like 20.
Oh,
when
sorry.
he took us over.
Okay,
Yeah, well, there you go. Anyway, New Year's Eve plans. What are you guys up to?
I got a wedding, which is actually
On
really
New Year's
good.
Eve?
Yeah, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve wedding.
It's really popular. I know people do that all the time.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Selfish.
Yeah.
So
That's really selfish.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who they are. Well, I do sort of know who they are, but
Is it Sarah's family?
yeah, like family friends. So, look,
Selfish.
free piss and free food. I'll take it. Nah, but like I don't really do like.
But usually a lot of weddings finish before 12.
They finish at 12.
Yeah, we finish at 12, and then they get like, because out in Harndorf we get a bus there and a bus back, so like it's all done for. So you know.
So you're just bussing back on the New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's like the morning of New Year's Day.
Where's the bus going? Back to the city?
City, yeah. It's gonna be
kicking on.
Yeah. Back to the Cass.
Yeah, I don't normally do anything New Year's Eve. Like it's always just very low key. So I'm glad I've actually got something to do.
Yeah, I struggle staying up till 12.
Oh fucking oath. Yeah, I don't think I did last year. So
yeah.
What are you boys up to?
Well, no, actually, Charlotte booked a. It's kind of like the Fringe, but at Tasmania.
So you go for Tasmania.
So I go to
you're there for
Tasmania.
New Year's.
Yeah.
So hence why we're also recording today.
Yeah.
because
So
Will's away.
so we're down there. It's kind of like a beer garden sort of ordeal. They got live music and everything there. So that should be good.
That'd be cool.
I think it'd be good. So
And when are you leaving?
leave on the day after Boxing Day. So technically this episode comes out Thursday. I left yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, if people listen.
Oh
people
yeah,
listen,
yes, because
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
although it's pretty, so to get to Tasmania, right, there's only one direct flight from Adelaide to Tassie.
Yeah. A day.
Otherwise you got to go from Adelaide to Melbourne to Tasmania
Tassie,
or whatever.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
We're going direct, but the flight's at 5:30 p.m.
That's a bit shit.
And I was like, so you land at like 8:30.
Yeah, that's a bit shit.
If you're flying anywhere direct from Adelaide, it's their shit time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there always gonna be
Yeah.
shit times. Yeah.
Standard.
You're better off just doing the flyover, a stayover, layover.
But then I'm like, I don't want to leave at 6:30 in the morning, lay over for 2 hours, and then you get there at 5:30 anyway. It's just like, is it worth it? Anyway.
Yeah.
Nah,
Fair enough.
So.
Were you big Josh?
We are heading down to Port Broughton. Beck's granddad lives down there, so we've done that the last 3-4 years. So yeah, just 3 nights down there. Do a little bit of fishing and that sort of thing.
Yeah, nice. I've never caught a fish in my life.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
You've never caught a fish in your life?
Nah, I've never really gone fishing.
Wait till you catch a double header, mate.
Yeah.
Double-headed
Fun
fish.
time. Yeah.
Have you
2
caught a
hooks on
double
there.
header?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate.
I'll just sink my line
Bro.
into there.
Oh, as if you haven't gone fishing.
Yeah.
So much fun.
I've only gone like a handful of times.
I do feel bad for the fish. I fucking...
Oh, fuck 'em. I reckon fish is
So
the best
many.
meat. I think it's the best tasting meat.
I don't
Really?
eat Seafood.
Oh, you don't eat
Yeah,
seafood,
it's
yeah.
good. I like it on my sushi, but that's about it. Like salmon on my sushi.
Yeah, fair.
Don't feel bad then, do you?
No, not really.
Fuck.
So yeah, we're doing that for a couple of nights, and then New Year's Eve. We started this last year, but we each couple makes a cocktail, so we're gonna make our own cocktail. So
What are you thinking?
we're trying to do something really different this year.
So you can't disclose it?
No, we haven't really got an idea yet.
Oh.
We've just been going through Instagram, like
Okay.
all those cocktail reels. So I saw this one, which was like this lime. It's like made with lime and condensed milk, and that looks pretty groovy. But yeah, so like last year we just did the standard stuff. Like we did a daiquiri sort of thing. It was one we had in Fiji, and then like we had espresso martini, pina colada, that sort of thing. So we're all trying
pina colada.
Yeah, pina colada's sick.
Yeah.
Favorite cocktail? What you guys?
Does Long Island count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Long Island.
That's strong.
Yeah, that's
it is
so
strong,
strong.
but I like them.
Keep it going.
Shout out to Ruds and Tomo from Bali because they love the pina coladas.
Yeah, pina coladas are good.
Yeah, so they'd be up there.
Gin sour.
In the
Love a gin sour.
Yeah.
They're good.
If you're looking to elevate your performance and exceed your expectations in this new year, grab yourself some 3 Pillar Protein using the code 3PillarPod to get 20% off.
All right. Well, this episode, so I thought because we're releasing on the Thursday before New Year's Eve, and then obviously the episodes, a lot of people are probably going to listen, either around then or, start of the year, start of 2024, heading into the year. So I thought we could make this a bit of a New Year's episode. But I also wanted to start off by sort of saying, I guess, what you guys like doing heading into the new year, because like personally, and obviously we've got this whole brand thing that we're trying to push now, which we'll maybe probably talk a little bit about in the next episode, but always starting the year trying to do something challenging or like essentially starting the year on the right foot always feels really good. So like I love New Year's Day, even if we, have a big night regardless, whatever, is like getting up and doing a workout or just doing something productive. Yeah. I feel like you start the year on the right foot. I don't know if you guys do the same or.
Yeah. Well, I was like doing something like not challenging, but something I've always wanted to do in the first week of the new year, just like start off on a good foot. So I've always wanted to do jiu-jitsu. So I'm starting that on the, gotta go get fucked up. So I know a mate who does it at the moment. And it was funny because I was like messaging him, and I think the first one they do is Tuesday. I think it's the second. So
you doing it here?
Nah, no, at another place.
Why do you still do it?
No, I've got mates who are at another one, so I'm going to go with them.
You get fucking rolled.
Yeah, I know. So they do intermediates. I'm like, oh, fuck it, whatever. And he's like, so that goes for like an hour and a bit. He's like, I'll just stay after. We do MMA afterwards. I'm like, I'm not staying for that, man. I'm not staying for that. It's like elbows. 2.5 hours to fucking beat the shit out of each other. I'm just getting my foot in the water. I ain't doing that.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, no,
that's valid.
Hopefully going to start jizz in the new year.
So. Yeah, rate it.
Yeah, valid. Rate that. For me, something challenging. I don't know. We've kind of like set aside time for. We've said that we will when we go to Tassie. Is just like run through next year because Charlotte's got masters potentially next year for psych, but we're waiting to hear back if she got accepted or not. So then it's kind of like from that is kind of what our year will entail. Because So anyway, so we're going through all that kind of stuff and goal setting and all that fun stuff.
It's scary waiting for like a decision like that. I feel like when it's in the hands of other people and stuff.
I feel like it sucks. Because I was like, you literally, your whole year is dependent on it. Like I was thinking though, what's the funny part? Is like being the person who's accepting and declining people.
Yeah,
like you'd wake up in the morning.
If you're having a shit day, those people are fucked.
Yeah. Like imagine if you wake up and you're just like, fuck, back to it. Like other people's lives essentially riding on it, and you're like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, fair. I think mine was just a bit different to that because that sort of leads on to what I was going to talk about next in the Q&A, Tobes. So, but mine was more so just literally waking up, going for a run New Year's Day. Like, that's literally just regardless of whether you feel like it or not, but sort of sets a tone for the year, I find. Like, just personally, I don't really think it matters too much, but you know what I mean? Like, just doing that thing that you probably don't want to do if you're staying up late, had a few drinks before or whatever, but if you get that done, then you're sort of, starting on the right foot. Another thing I wanted to bring up as well was talking to Beck about this on the weekend, and we were sort of watching a video before, which I thought was a good way to tie this in, but do you guys believe in karma?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, to an extent, but yeah. I feel like if you make it a thing, like if you can wheel it back somehow.
Will showed us this video before, which is I think it's like sort of gone viral at the moment. I think it's like guy in Melbourne or Sydney or something.
Yeah.
But there was like the thunderstorms the other day, and the dude like was putting stuff in his car, and you can see the video like it's like must be like dash cam or something.
Yeah, it's a
from the
dash
car
cam from the car behind.
Yeah.
So like he quickly he forgets his wallet, so he
In the
quickly
store,
ducks
yeah.
inside, and literally like a couple of seconds afterwards, there's like a thunderbolt. Oh, sorry, lightning, thunderbolt. There's lightning which hits a tree, and like this tree just sort of comes down and like crushes his car.
Yeah.
It's just like a
that's
split second.
Yeah.
It's like that bloke was obviously doing some good deeds beforehand.
Yeah.
I believe
Nah.
in karma, 100%. There's some people that are just luckier than other people. I feel like
And
it's
you
not
think because they do
coincidental.
good deeds, it's just. it
Nah, I
makes them
think you
lucky,
just
or-
like you've got good energy and
Yeah, okay.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think it's like that.
If you're on a good wave, you're gonna
You
get.
can manifest it, like you can manifest.
Yeah,
like,
I think
a
like
good,
people say a lot is like the more you give, the more you receive, sort of thing. Like
I get what
Yeah,
you're saying,
yeah.
yeah. But then I hate. Do you know what I can't stand is people that like give a lot, but they'll tell how much they give or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they're
then you
doing
get
it.
to a point,
Yeah,
it's like-
yeah.
like you see all these like I don't know, there's like mental health pages on like Instagram. They're like they just go too far. They're just like walking up to homeless people and they have to get the camera in.
Yeah, yeah. It's like why?
brother,
Yeah,
you
that,
shouldn't
that's
need to
actually a
be doing
perfect
that.
example.
You
Eh?
should-
I do
really
agree
do
that is a bit annoying. But I heard someone else like say the other day they're just like, look, at the end of the day, who cares? They're giving.
No, yeah, who
Like, you
cares?
know,
Yeah,
like, it's like
yeah.
Mr. Beast is one that gets a lot of slack for it
Yeah.
because he
Yeah.
obviously does it, but obviously that's his livelihood and he helps way more
Yeah.
people than will ever
Oh,
be
yeah,
able to
he's
help. So it's
fucking
like
unreal.
fucking who cares at the end of the day.
Underrated. Mr.
But
Beast.
like, yeah. But yeah, either way, I feel like just
I did see one of his YouTube like thumbnails. It's like we built 15,000 wells for the like
African
for
village.
African
Yeah.
village. I was like, just imagine being like, "Wait, boys, let's do that for a clip.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that'd be good."
yeah,
yeah.
it's fucked.
I mean, that's not bad though.
He's
No,
on
it's a
unreal.
great clip. It was just so funny.
The effort
Yeah.
he puts into his content's unreal.
But yeah, rounding back to karma. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's like just those little actions which add up, but like doesn't mean it will or won't either. But I feel like
Yeah.
if you are just doing good things, or maybe you're just more attuned to the fact that you do good things, so you're more aware of when good things happen to you as well. Like I think it ties into a little bit of like gratitude and stuff as well, because you know you're just thinking more positively. Whereas like if you're in a bit of a negative mindset all the time, then you're more attuned to when negative
Yeah,
things are happening to you.
yeah.
Whereas it might
Yeah.
happen to someone else as well, but they're so positive about things that they sort of brush it off.
Yeah, exactly right.
But
yeah.
anyway, that was my little spiel on that.
Yeah, I like it.
Going into some Q&As, we posted a couple on my Instagram. One person asked how Will and I met. So this is a bit of a newer member at the gym who doesn't really know of our backstory.
Actually, telling Derek and Josh last night how we met.
Yeah, did you make it up?
Yeah, said Josh like followed me and started DMing me on Instagram and stuff. And
Yeah. Will and I do this thing when every time we go out, if we're in an Uber or something, because like standard Uber chat, they
Yeah.
ask you
Yeah,
what you
started
do
doing
and
that.
stuff.
You sucked us into that a few times.
We
It's so
yeah,
hard
actually
to
we
do.
did.
I don't know how you guys do it so calmly.
But yeah, every time like you get in the Uber, they'll be, oh, like, you know, what are you guys up to, or what do you do for work? So we'll always like come up with something different, like a random job, and
Yeah.
usually will be, or like one of us will do maybe something which is a little bit more serious, or one of us will do something which is a little bit more shit. Like,
Best one that we've done was the guy who was bragging to us about crypto. You know how much money
he told me
made?
about this.
yeah, that's a good one.
Oh,
And
that
then-
was I reckon it was on the way to the party last year, but I was in the other car.
Yeah, that was so funny because Josh was like, "Oh, I like own a law firm, blah blah blah,"
Yeah.
and one of the members here, Bruno, he owns Z Legal,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we just
yeah.
say we own it. Anyway, Josh said
Thinking
he
about that
owned
the other
that.
day, I was like, fuck, I'm probably really throwing him under the bus.
And then best part was then like the guy's like, "Oh man, I made all this banking crypto, blah blah blah," and Josh is like, "Yeah, well," he's like, "What do you do?" Like to me, the Uber driver asked me. I was like, "Oh, just crypto, man," and he was like, "Yeah." Josh's like, "Will actually made. Have you heard of like
NFTs.
NFTs?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Will made millions off those," and the guy
I
was
loving
like,
it.
gone from like, "Yeah, I made 10 grand" to like he
He
was
was
so
up on
shut
it.
down. It was
Yeah.
so funny.
There was one. It was last year as well. I can't remember. I feel like I was in the car with you and
That might have been
T or
something.
someone else. I don't know if Will was there, but where I did the lawyer thing again. I said I was a
Yeah.
lawyer, And the guy's like, "Oh, do you know much like about immigration law and stuff like that?"
Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, like, vaguely, you know, like it's not my area of expertise. And he's like, "Yeah, like my son's getting deported." I was like,
"Oh fuck!"
I was like, "Fuck!" And, like he's talking me through like everything which is happening. And, like he's like, you know, do you know anyone you can put a good word in? Was it you in that car?
So he's like,
yeah. Anyway, so.
I love how you run with it. I'd just be like, nah, I just do commercial law, so I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know how the conversation was flowing. I don't know. He was just
his son's here now. He's here now.
Yeah,
you stay in contact.
Josh,
it didn't work.
Anyway, so
I love that has nothing to do with how you two met.
No. So Will and I, we started working at an F45 together. So I was already there, and then Will got hired a little bit after me. And then, yeah, that's how we sort of met through there.
Yeah.
Went to uni together.
Yeah, I thought Josh was... I always thought Josh was... I thought... You're 27 today.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were 27 back when I first met you.
Yeah, it's like 6 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah. So I was in uni, and I was walking down the corridor, and I saw Josh, and I was like, for fuck's sake, so here we go. And I was like, look at him. He's this mature age student. What a fucking loser. And I was like, I remember he walked up, and I was like, hey, man. He's like, hey. It's like, yeah. It was like that awkward chat. And then I like walked past and I was thinking in my head, blah, blah, blah. Get back to work the next day. I was like, oh. And ask one of the members, I was like, how old's Josh? They're like, oh, like 20. I was like,
the fuck?
Oh, sick.
Mature.
Couldn't believe it.
Mature, yeah.
So yeah, we worked there together for a little bit. And then essentially we sort of decided that we didn't like... F45 was great. We liked it. But like the style was a bit like... Yeah. It was just a bit too cardio-y, that sort of thing. So we were like, oh, we could probably... do something different, something a little bit better, or that we thought was better anyway. And then, it's pretty much how it started after working together for a while. What do you guys think the impact of AI will be in health and fitness? Because it hasn't really done much yet.
One that you know of.
The only thing that it could really do is write a training program.
It's fucked. I've done it before. I've tried it out before. I'm like, how good is AI?
Have you tried it?
Not the actual program, no, not doing it, but like AI, no. That's not doing very well, is it?
No, the programs, I've done that. The programs are pretty shit.
They are.
I feel like it would be more probably like it'd probably be really good in like wearables. I feel like that sort of technology will probably get a bit more advanced because of like algorithms and whatever. Yeah. But I feel like maybe even like it would be more when you get into the, what's it called? That metaverse type of stuff, like when you're wearing like goggles and that sort of stuff where like, I don't know, AI
kind of like Wii Sports.
That sort of stuff, like on steroids probably. Yeah. But in terms of like an actual gym setting, fitness space.
I don't think you can really replace like even I was listening to someone talk about it. It was a podcast or something, and they were talking about how they had a personal trainer, but then they said if they use AI instead, you got to go up to the screen, like click the board, click the screen. Yeah. And he's like, it's not the same, you know, like having a robot yell at you, being like, push 5 more reps. It's like, it's just not the same. Like if you stop, it doesn't matter.
The accountability wouldn't be the same.
No.
And I think as well, like at the end of the day, when it comes to training or your nutrition, like it comes down to effort still. Yeah. Like in the gym, if you're either putting in the effort or not. Yeah. So it's like how much AI can impact that.
What do you think on oh, you go.
I was gonna say it'd be kind of cool if you do have a wearable where it's like, you know how like we tell people like you got to push to failure or like close to failure, like RPE 9, that sort of thing. It'd be cool if like you had a wearable which is like, no, you've still got 5 reps. Everyone's just stopping.
Like,
you'd be like, oh, fuck's sake. What are you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say like lawyers, doctors, all of them with AI. I think they'll actually be stitched up, especially lawyers. I was reading...
probably save so much time. I feel like
well, no, because I can't remember. I did a bit of research on like AI stuff, but they were talking about they had pretty much like a world-class lawyer and then AI. It was like ChatGPT or something. And they basically put in the scenario of whatever and they ran through it all and they came up with this whole defense like for the case. And the lawyer had a worse case than what the AI did. But it's just because they got so much more access to resources.
That's the problem. And probably time as well. Like AI would do it a lot quicker than that.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm not saying that's for all cases, but I'm just saying in some cases, if the AI does get powerful enough.
I can see it impacting as like people who don't know anything about the health and fitness industry who are trying to get like big on social media or whatever, just searching up a topic getting all this information spit out
make
and
it
they
a bit
read it
quicker. That was
verbatim.
good. And like
like,
we've talked about in previous episodes, like even with nutrition and stuff, like having education at the end of the day is what sort of helps a lot of people the most. So yeah, that'll probably be useful for that. But still, I've done a few things. Like you can ask a few questions on there. It still depends on the way you ask the question, because you can say something like, "Oh, like, are carbs bad for you?" And it just sort of gives you a real generic answer. Like it doesn't give you like, you know, real good in-depth knowledge yet. But that's probably going to get a lot better, I could imagine. Do you guys have a favorite book, or like if you could sort of list off a favorite book, whether it's currently something go to?
First bigger book I read was the Book of Basketball by Bill Simmons. It's like it's not as recent. I think he brought it out in like 2011 or 2012. But it's just like because he's like probably one of the biggest NBA like journalists of all time. And he just writes about all his experiences and like
that'd be cool.
Ranks all his players and stuff.
Have you read or listened to 11 Rings by Phil Jackson?
No, but I have seen it.
I put it on my Christmas list, I think.
Is anyone listening? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's for the fam. So hopefully I get that this year.
Yeah.
But
that would be a good read.
Just because he's like really into the like, I don't know how you'd explain it, like philosophies of like, I don't know, like his real big thing was like culture and all that sort of stuff.
Like spiritual and stuff. Yeah,
so I thought like it'd just be cool, and like obviously it was super successful.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Anyway, Will?
Yeah, that'd be it.
No, mine's
Green
you
Lights?
don't mind. Yeah, Green Lights, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, you love
That's
that
a
book.
sick book. It's just good for like a
very easily listening.
It's
The
narrated
good
by him
stories
too,
as well.
isn't it?
Yeah.
it's narrated by him. But
it's one of the best
I just like how like his outlook on life is just very. If more people adapted it, I feel like the world would be
better place.
a better place in a sense.
100%.
Like he says, I mean, I saw like quotes in here or somewhere, but leading on to the next topic.
Quote that resonates with you.
Yeah, well, I'll quickly jump into it, and we can jump back. But I was like, make humor your default sense of like emotion. I feel like that's true for yourself. Like, you know, if like we're saying about karma before, it's like if something happens, like you fucking do something and it stuffs up. So if you're getting down and beating yourself up about it, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, take other people's emotions seriously, but yours, it's like have a bit of a laugh, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
No, very good book.
anyway, I rate that book a lot. So he talks about that.
Yeah.
And I can resonate with that.
Yep.
Anyway.
I love like autobiography. So like, you know, his in a sense is an autobiography, like just any other sort of successful people or whatever, just hearing their story, like his is a good sense as well. Like you'd think Matthew McConaughey, you'd be like, oh yeah, like, you know, pretty successful dude, whatever. But you just hear all the other shit which happens. And you just realize how normal they are. They've all got the same fucking problems. Like, yeah. So like, I love a lot of like Richard Branson one, even the Elon Musk one's really good. I like Shoe Dog by Phil Knight.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I want to read
again,
that.
it's just a really, like I've read it a couple of times and it's good to go back to. Other one I was going to say, which is, it's a little bit different, but the Almanac of Naval.
Oh yeah, that's a really good book.
I just feel like, again, it's just
That's
like,
really good. Yeah.
you can always go back to it
Yeah.
and like listen to, like, they're just sort of, how do you explain it? Like, they're
It's like so it's basically
just world advice and
Naval.
knowledge.
Yeah, like Naval is like a philosopher and businessman,
Entrepreneur,
like very
investor.
successful. And he's been on a bunch of podcasts and like has his own podcast as well. And someone's come on and they've taken all of his podcasts and everything and kind of like, basically that's the information they start with and they cut it all up and then put it into like a book. So the first one's like wealth and the second part's happiness.
That's cool.
And so the first part's all
That
about,
sounds good.
like
It's almost like
wealth
practical
creation, whatever.
advice.
Yeah.
And like,
Happiness is a really good part of that.
Yeah.
I rate that.
Yeah.
but yeah, anyway, good book and good listen as well for an Audible.
I like it.
Also, last one I had here was, Tobes, you've already touched on this, but something new you want to try in 2024.
Yeah. I say I've always wanted to get into some sort of like martial art or just like boxing or something. So try jits, see how it goes.
The flow you get around jiu-jitsu, to be honest.
I'm
It is.
keen.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Pretty keen.
I think it's one of those things because you suck so much at the start, but your progression's also very quick.
Quick, yeah.
And then you just hit a point where you're like, all right, now I have to do this for 10 years to get better.
Better, yeah. It's
So
like,
it's like
it's
really
right.
interesting.
Yeah. No, I'm keen.
It's just rewarding because you get that like, and it's probably similar to golf and just similar to anything
Yeah.
really. It's just like you just get those quick progressions. It's
Yeah.
like no better feeling.
You don't get that in golf.
No, fuck no. I've been playing. I've been playing for 2
You
years
do,
and I've got
yeah.
about fucking.
You do
nowhere.
in the beginning. You get like
You do
the basics,
yeah.
and then after that is
It's
just
so
like
hard to get better.
It's you just get
Golf,
worse. Really.
golf's like one of those sports that's fucked.
You have
Like
to play a lot to get better.
I like even the other day I went for like just a little chip around on like a green and like I had to change my grip. I was like, how's my grip changed again? Like keep my grip the same. Anyway.
Yeah. You? Something new?
Something new next year. Oh, tracking finances. That's what I was going to start doing.
Mm.
I mean, I used to do it years ago, and then kind of lost touch with it. And now I was like, Charlotte and I spoke about it, and I was like, yeah, let's start doing it.
Yeah,
You
definitely
also inspired me to
I
start
did
doing
it this
too.
year, and I was like,
Yeah.
game changer.
When
Like
you're starting to look at like moving forward in life a little bit, I feel like it's just so like,
Yeah.
I just think, even just being more, I don't know, just aware. And
You're just more
Aware,
conscious of
yeah.
it, yeah.
yeah,
like,
100%.
yeah, that was a big one for me this year.
Like you
Yeah.
said, like going to the shops and you spend. Actually, it was funny. Shout out to Leah. Can't say her last name. Leah and Alex that come to the gym. Yesterday, I was on the phone to Mum. I was in Coles. You know Leah.
Yeah. I just wonder why you
I was
say
on
last
the
name.
nah.
Yeah.
What is the last name?
Oh, I mean, you can't pronounce
No,
it.
I can't pronounce
I
it.
thought Vecchiotti.
Yeah,
Vecchiotti?
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
something like that.
that's why I couldn't say it. Anyway, I was at the shops yesterday. I was on the phone to Mum, right? And I just ran in because I forgot to grab a banana from home. So I was like, I'll quickly pop into Coles, grab some bananas, then I'll just duck out. So I ran in, grabbed bananas, put them on the scale, and I like feel this tap on like my shoulder. I was like, oh, what's that? Anyway, it's her. And she's got like a bunch of lollies, bunch of chips, like literally the most junk food you could look.
the bus, man.
Then I was just sitting there with bananas. I was like, I never just grab bananas.
usually
Like
it's the other
normally
way
I
around.
grab, normally I grab shit. I was like, this is just funny. So, it's like staff party, blah blah blah. I was like, it's just so funny. Anyway, I thought that was quite like when you see a member in the shops. I feel like that's just hilarious. When
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
they could literally have the perfect cart and they'll have like one packet of Oreos and they'll be like, don't mind the Oreos.
Yeah, every
Like,
time.
yeah,
Every
yeah.
time. Oh, these aren't for me.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
know.
Charlie, you are. Yeah, I believe you. You're doing well in the gym lately, so.
Mine, something new I want to try in 2024 is actually I want to do two things. I've always wanted to learn the piano, so that's what I want to learn.
Ooh.
Yeah. I just don't. I was going to do it this year, but it's more like booking lessons. Like, it's not something you
It
can
is hard, yeah.
You need a piano. Like,
Yeah.
so
If like you get to
So-
a point with the piano though, and then you can start just kind of free flowing.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah,
to
like
do.
my grandpa, he's 80, plays the drums, and he's actually he's one of those like he's got an electric drum set,
Yeah.
but he's good enough that he can just kind of hear a beat and he just kind
Yeah,
of
you
ticks
go
away
to
to
it,
it, and it's
Yeah.
like Nike's great,
I was gonna say I used to have
but he can
yeah.
fend his own. You
It's
know?
gonna be my recommendation. Actually, that's just reminded me.
Yeah.
I'll save it.
Alright.
Yeah, so I had a keyboard in high school, and the only thing, because like we did music in high school, the only thing I knew how to play was
Twinkle,
Still
Twinkle,
Dre?
Little Star?
Nah,
Yeah,
Still
Still
Dre.
Dre. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. I feel like that's probably like an easy one to learn. But I feel like
it's just like
one
4
to go
chords
to.
you still don't know.
Yeah.
What's your other one? Don't say golf.
No.
It's not gonna
I'm
work out.
gonna post on YouTube. I'm gonna post some
Yeah,
longer,
nice.
longer videos next
Yeah,
year.
that's
I've got
cool.
a couple
I like
lined up
that.
that I want to do. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a go.
Some
All right.
vlogs.
Next segment, quotes that resonate with you. So we've talked about this a bit recently. Will's sort of done his, but I just came across one the other day, so I just wanted to see if you guys had any.
Yeah. So it's funny. I read so Not a Life Coach by James Smith.
Oh yeah.
And he
Shout out to T.
yeah, she's reading that at the moment. He has a section in there like start a thing in your phone on notes called advice not to fall on deaf ears, and just like if you see any quotes that you resonate with, chuck them in your notes. So I've just got like a whole list here.
Yeah.
Like there's a few like main ones I go back to, like comparison is the thief of joy. Like that's a big one for me.
Yeah.
What is it?
Comparison is the thief
Oh,
of
yeah.
joy. So it's just not like compare yourself to yourself, not to other
Yeah.
people. And by Seneca, like we suffer in imagination more than
That's
we do in
my
reality.
biggest fucking quote. That
Yeah.
one. I
It's
tell
so- when
myself
you-
that. That's
We
like my
suffer
go-to.
more in this
Imagine-
generation.
we
No,
suffer more in
in
imagination than in reality.
imagination.
So
Oh.
basically, we
Yeah.
overthink things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like you-
100%.
But that's such a like.
It's just like get out of your own head.
That is just like.
Yeah.
But
It's
when
not hard.
that's such a good one to just be like
It's not hard.
to go back to every time.
It is 100%. I'd say they're the biggest two that I have.
Yeah. So I because that Seneca one is like my go-to. But then so like recently I came across one which is like saying like going into 2024 I feel like this will be like my go-to as well. This came from Chris Williamson podcast again recently, obviously listening to that a lot lately.
Podcast.
But the basics of it is just like release the tiller, which comes from who's the quote originally come from? Actually, I don't know if I wrote it down. But okay, I don't have the original quote, but it says release the tiller, which is like The tiller is sort of like, I think, the handle which you use to steer the boat, like, you know, in your dinghy or something like that. So it's basically sort of saying like, stop trying to like, I don't know, stop trying to like control everything or like whatever and steer the direction that things are going in. He's just like, let it do itself.
Yeah.
Like life's taking you where you need to go. It's like, just let it happen sort of thing. And then you had this another quote, which was like related to that one, which was from Aubrey Marcus, who's a New York Times best-selling author. When he was up there for his best-selling thing or whatever, you know, they were asking him his questions and whatever. And he said he spent so much of his life terrified of what was going to become and whether he was going to get, you know, to that moment to make it, essentially. And he said, how much time did he waste afraid that he wasn't going to get to where he is right now? He's like, if he could only change one thing, he'd change about his whole life. He'd change the fact that he would change fearing less that he wasn't going to get right here, the place where he was going anyway. Yeah. Which I thought was, you know, just like a really cool way to sort of like, just when you're stressing or you're like overthinking things, like same thing. It's just like, just release the tiller, like let it go. Yeah. So anyway, it's just sort of like, you know, it's that one you hear it and you're just like, oh yeah, that's a resonate. But yeah, that one and the Seneca one for sure. You didn't have any others, Will? You sort of got your main one?
Yeah, nah. I was just looking through here. Like, actually, you know what's a really good book is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Yeah.
Read that in 2022, 4th of April. Says like, you know, self-talk is a double-edged sword, potentially making or breaking a man as they see and talk to themselves will be a direct reflection on their outside world.
Yeah, I think a lot of people talk negatively without knowing it.
Yeah.
I say that all the time to people.
And then I feel like it's a default for everyone.
Yeah.
It's just negativity.
Like, it's about even when we like going back to golf, because it's always been my resort. But like, if you hit a bad shot, I wouldn't be like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you're a fucking dumbass.
Yeah.
If I do it, I'm like, you're a fucking idiot, man. Like, hit the fucking
100%.
ball.
I got two things on that. One, this is completely off topic, but Sarah had an idea for the podcast. So all the people who don't like golf, you have to do a punishment every time you talk about golf on the podcast.
Yeah.
But no, two, like if you're around like mates, it's funny because like everyone like it goes back to that comparison thing. Like you see people doing better than you and stuff, or like you see people maybe doing things that you want to be like. It's so much, you feel so much better when you hype them up or get around them rather than, oh fuck, I want to do that. Like if your mate hits a good shot and you hit a shit one, like in your example, you're like, fuck, why can't I do that? Yeah. But if you get around them and like sort of lift
you elevate them and you kind of
makes such a difference. That's a small example, but like even on a larger scale, it's like
I agree with that
100%.
Sorry, back to your point.
Yeah, the other book that I'd actually is Psycho-Cybernetics. It's it's all about like it kind of just look it up. It's a good book. It's a good book. Like, it's pretty much instead of you're either... Actually, now it's come back to me. So pretty much it's all about, like, what your goal is. And, like, sometimes people are trying to find a goal, just talking about goal setting for the new year. It's like your goal should be trying to find the goal, if that makes sense. So it's like a lot of people are just trying to work towards something. But it's like maybe you shouldn't be working towards something. Like, you know, say someone wants to just run 10Ks, but then they're kind of like, I don't really want to do it, but I'll just do it. It's like your goal should be instead to actually find the goal of what you want to do, if that makes sense.
No, that's fair enough.
Anyway, it's all about that, but that's a really good book too.
Yeah. No, I like the punishment thing. That's a good idea. That's good. We'll try and come up with something.
Yeah.
All right, next segment I had, again, this was from
this is funny.
From Beck, but it was just biggest icks. I thought each week maybe we could just go over a couple, or if there's anything which you've seen during the week. Yeah, I feel like it's a real trending thing at the moment. People are always talking about icks. So if you guys had any, we'll put those down.
That's a good one. The second one's a good one.
All right, so the first one Will's got is pushing a bike.
Yeah.
So
like that's such an ick.
Yeah, so like when it like breaks down.
Like pushing a push bike.
Yeah.
Like we're driving the other day, and we're up in the hills, and this like dude was like a fully grown man, and he's like pushing his bike up a hill.
Yeah.
And I was like, it wasn't that
you can't
steep.
get up there.
Yeah.
Just push,
I was
man.
like-
Just got to do it, man.
It's like, what do you do? He's got his helmet on still. I was like, you look like a dickhead.
Yeah. The other one you've got is
It's
doing more than a 3-point
turn.
turn.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
if you got to do an 8-point turn to get out of somewhere, it's
Just don't bother.
Yeah.
At that point.
That is a bit awkward.
Do you know what's actually also, I feel like an ick, Charlotte told me this one, was like, if you're in a car and someone goes to reverse and like they're not confident with looking
I hate
behind
that.
them.
I hate that.
Like she said one of her
just go
girlfriends
for it.
like went to, she kind of like went to look behind, but she wasn't confident in it. And it was just like this awkward, like sticky point.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was quite funny.
Big one for me is people that chew with their like mouth open or chew loudly, like when they're eating food. Like mouth open's like pretty bad. I mean, it's probably a common one, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't get around that. It's not an ick as such, but like, well, it sort of is. It's the person. So if you're if you're going into like a building or something, but the person in front of you is about 10 meters away and they hold the door, so you have to sort of run to get to the door
that's a good
before
one.
they like, so they don't wait. You feel like,
That's a good one.
watching people run to the door.
that's a
is like,
power move though.
Yeah,
right?
it is a bit of a
Power
power
move.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like when you're watching the person
If
run
they're
to the
20,
door,
yeah.
they got like a little shuffle on it. They're like,
It's
fuck
like,
it.
don't run. Just
Yeah.
walk,
Just
man. I'm
walk.
gonna
This
stay in
person's
here.
holding the door.
Oh shit, that's a good one. All right, we'll
Do you know what'd
keep-
be even better? You could power move them back. Is you start walking up to the elevator, get to the door, and be like,
Change direction.
might take the stairs.
just walk past the
Yeah.
door. Yeah,
That's good.
all right. Well, yeah, we'll leave that in each week and come up with a few more. I feel like we're gonna wrap this episode up though because we got another one to do.
That's a record.
I do have a
35 minutes in.
I do have another
Yeah,
segment
too
which
bad.
I wanted to do, but I'll save that for the next episode because I feel like I've got less content for that one. So let's jump into the recommendations.
Yeah.
I did say I was going to save one.
Is this for?
What were we talking about? Because I completely forgot.
Ah, fuck.
Psycho-cybernetics.
No, before
'cause
that.
Before that. Fuck.
Shit.
Sorry,
All right,
Ross.
you guys got a
Damn.
recommendation? Will's got
Nah.
one.
No, it was golf. Something to do with golf. Me bringing up golf punishment.
Nah, I reckon that was before that
as well.
Yeah. Ah,
Shit.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Something new you want to try? Ah, fuck it.
Anyway, you guys
Anyways.
go with your recommendation.
Yeah.
You
you going?
All right. Yeah, my recommendation was been listening. I have done it for about a year and a bit, but listen to white noise when I work. It sounds really stupid, and it's
No,
weird
it's
when you
good.
when you first do it. It's weird because you just got this like in your ears. But I don't know if you noticed, but I put my earphones on when I work now. It's like a cue for me to work. So if I put my headphones on, they might not even be playing anything. They might not even be plugged in, but they're just on, and it makes me feel like I'm in the zone.
Yeah.
It's a random thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd add to that is white noise where you sleep.
Yes. Or I don't listen to white noise, but I listen to rain sounds. when I
Yeah,
sleep.
that's
Really?
white noise. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
something like noise where you sleep.
Yeah.
yeah, game changer.
100%.
Tobes, you got one?
For sports fans again, because I'm fucking sports heavy. NFL. I've been getting into the NFL lately. I feel like it's just like such
Shout
a
out
big
Brady.
big Brady answer. Yeah, I've followed it like here and there over the years, but this year I've actually fully got into it. The last probably month. It's like, I love it. It's a good sport to have like this time of year too, like a bigger sport, like this sort of New Year period, because they go in the playoffs soon. So, yeah, if you're a sports lover, get around the NFL.
You get around every sport, I reckon. There is
Yeah.
demand.
100%. I just love sport, man. It's so good. Love it. I'll watch it all day.
I fucking completely forgot what I was going to say before.
Yeah, we gave him time. It still
Mm.
didn't
really
come back.
annoyed because it's a good one.
That's right.
Shit.
Maybe the next episode
Alright.
when I come back.
Quote
Damn.
that resonates with you.
Yeah, it was something to do when we were talking about quotes.
No.
Oh, what was mine? Mine was the way you talk to yourself. Self-talk.
Oh.
Double-edged sword.
No, nothing's ticking.
No,
Well, the brain's ticking over. But
No.
nothing's-
no.
Nothing's
What?
good.
Yours is the Seneca one. What
Mine
was the one before
Seneca.
that? Comparisons to Thief Joy.
Joy, yeah.
No.
Yeah, comparison.
And you said no.
I said generation. Something to do with the generation.
what generation?
Nah, because I thought he said like we suffer. You were like we suffer. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right. Well,
So annoyed. All right, mine is
That's the
just,
worst. That's a big. No, it's not.
that
ick,
is an
but
ick.
like,
It's-
oh, but
No,
fuck,
it's
I
personal
hate
ick,
it when it
yeah.
happens. Yeah, to yourself. It's the worst.
Mine is do something on New Year's Day. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Do something. Get productive.
yep.
All
Wish you
right.
had your old other recommendation.
Me too. All right, finish off. Underrated, overrated Christmas theme.
So I did Christmas songs. So I put in, I think there's 5 there.
Yeah.
So All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. Overrated or underrated?
I think it's one that's like exactly rated.
where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. So equal, like.
Yeah, I reckon it's equal rated, that one.
It's not underrated. It's not overrated.
Yeah,
It's,
I reckon.
yeah.
It is what it is.
It's
Rate it.
beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yeah,
Michael
that's
Bublé.
probably my favourite one. I'd
Yeah,
say.
I reckon it's a bit underrated. It's good, like, vibe. Like, it's not
Yeah.
up and about, but it's like...
That Christmas, his old Christmas album's good.
Yeah.
Rocking around the
Hate
Christmas
that.
tree.
Nah, overrated.
Really?
I don't
Yeah.
like
No,
Nah,
no.
it's
Offense.
Old
Old school.
It's stuck in my head. It's
Alright.
been stuck in my head for
So,
like last
Rocking Around the
week.
Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee. How old do you think she was when she
that
song?
No idea.
when she was when she made
15.
that song? 13.
Yeah, right.
13.
Yeah, if you think about it, her voice is like quite
Yeah.
older lady type of voice. She's 13. What else you got?
Jingle Bell Rock by
I don't
Bobby
know,
Helms.
I like a nice, like...
Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell. Yeah, it's good.
Just very, it's
Yeah.
where it needs to be.
Yeah.
And then Mistletoe by Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I can't
Overrated.
Oh, underrated. Love that
Nah.
song.
I can't even
I've
remember.
heard
I
it on
don't
the-
You don't know it?
Nah.
You don't know it.
If you play it, maybe, but...
Yeah,
Yeah.
100% you'd know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I
But-
think it's just played in
yeah.
like every single store at the moment.
Yeah, it is.
And,
It's
like,
very-
which is
it's
fair
Justin
enough
Bieber.
because it's Christmas, but also it's
I
just
think
like
Justin Bieber as a whole is underrated, but...
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
he's a good artist.
Well, this is going to be...
Hold on,
Trying
just
to fight
quickly.
it, but
You'll hear this, Tobes.
yeah, I'll see it to death.
Do you know the song?
I don't think I've ever heard it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
elite.
As if you haven't heard that.
It's overrated, but it's a good.
It's a good
It's a
song.
good song, but it's overrated.
So I was going to say on this point, with Christmas songs and movies, it's like funny how they become like classics. Like,
Yeah.
how does like, you know, like
Well,
Rocking Around the Christmas Tree or like,
Yeah.
you know the classic movies.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was just saying, like, it'd be so weird now. Any new Christmas songs coming out now or Christmas movies coming out now, like being a classic in 20 years' time, like The Grinch, Home
Yeah.
Alone,
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
yeah.
Charlotte mentioned this.
But I feel
about
like,
wedding songs as well.
but they're just not like made the same these
Yeah.
days. Like
Nah,
they're made way more
I feel like
like
they're all classics. Like, there's
like,
no like...
all those Christmas movies you guys have spoken about recently, the new ones that are
Yeah.
out, like they're just like real flicks,
Yeah.
like real easy.
Yeah.
Like, but how do you like make a classic?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Home
it's hard.
Alone. Like you're not gonna remake that. They've tried and it just
Hey.
hasn't worked.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, fair
but
enough.
maybe it's just because they don't make songs and movies like they used to.
Yeah.
All right, what were the others you
Christmas pudding.
Christmas pudding, overrated or underrated?
had? I personally say overrated.
Yeah, I'll say
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
I'd
of
go,
pudding.
there's many other desserts I
That
could
you'd go
to
for.
first.
Actually, I love my old man. He's got a Christmas pudding, and I don't know why, but he's like, he doesn't want to eat it until Charlotte and I go up for like dinner.
You're like, oh,
I'm
shame.
like, yeah, like, just eat it. Christmas lunch,
Underrated.
underrated.
Yeah.
because I feel
Love
like a lot of people
Christmas
do breakfasts from the gym. A lot of people do
Yeah.
breakfasts and dinners, but they don't really
Yeah.
do a lunch.
I didn't do anything last year, so...
Yeah, okay,
Mm.
nice,
Different
My family came
situation.
a bit
That would
later,
have
Yeah.
so
been.
I just sort of didn't do it.
Well-
But I've got a big day planned this year. I'm
Yeah.
pretty keen.
nice.
So.
I love
Great
it. I love a
Even-
big
even
Christmas
day.
lunch.
Yeah.
Busy.
I actually rate a big Christmas day. It is good
yeah,
fun.
it's good fun.
So my other thing was parents who are still together. Is like this is for Christmas.
Underrated. Divorce.
Yeah.
Overrated.
man.
Nah,
Somewhere around.
I think it's really underrated. Parents that are still together on Christmas
it is.
Day.
I
Yeah,
can attest to
travelling
the
to
fact that
houses.
I've had, like in the past, relationship being in like we've had like both sides
Yeah.
all split. So
Yeah,
and we
yeah.
did Christmas on all four sides on that one day. and
Yeah,
multiple
I can tell
hours
me
of
about this.
traveling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah,
nah,
it's
fuck that.
Everyone says
Fuck
to me
that.
like talking in the gym this week, talking about like plans and stuff,
Yeah.
and like everyone who's saying like, yeah, gotta go here, like
Yeah.
they're not excited.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
whereas like this year we're at one
Yeah,
spot. and
mine's
it's
not
like,
too perfect this year. I'm
sick.
keen. Yeah.
What do you got this year?
So my family always do it on Christmas Eve, which is so good, like handy because it leaves me open Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So we got a big thing Christmas Eve, and then I'm with Sarah's family all day Christmas Day, sort of
yeah,
from lunch and dinner. So
All right.
nice.
Well, there we go. I think that's about
Yeah.
it. So
Cool. Good work.
Merry Christmas to us because it's coming up, but Merry Christmas to everyone who's listening to this because they've already had Christmas, and
yeah,
that's it. And then Happy New Year as well, if you, depending on when you're listening to this. But yeah, we've got another episode to film, so
Yeah.
let's get into that, and we'll catch you all then. Cheers, crew.
see ya.